mic check, 3, 2, 1. So as a filmmaker or somebody in the arts, do you ever feel like you can't get stuff done, or maybe if you have too much on your plate? Today, let's talk about the benefits of simplifying your goals and why you really don't have to work that hard to stay busy, and a few other updates. Let's jump in. Yeah, what's up everyone? Welcome to Filmspiration. My name is writer-director Edgar Ibarra, and this is The Process. And if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell. That way you're notified next time I make a new video for you. So it's actually February 1st and I'm actually literally a month late, but let's talk about new year, new me, right? Well, I think that's bullshit. I think every single day is a great day to start over, and you shouldn't always consider that only the beginning of the year is a day or the time of the year when you can start over if you maybe fell off the wagon, so to speak, with your goals and whatnot. So if you've stayed on the wagon, good for you, and if you've fallen off, every day is a day to start over. Now this video isn't for those of you out there who like to work in the chaos of multiple projects all at the same time. I'm definitely a one thing at a time type of person, or at least as least as possible. So if you are able to juggle various things at the same time, but not just juggle them, but also be effective at them and get things done, you know what? Kudos to you. For the rest of us out there who don't have the capability to juggle multiple things at the same time, my recommendation would be to look at the overall spectrum of your life and really narrow it down to about 3, maybe 4 things that you want to focus on and accomplish. The reason why is because for me, it just kind of goes back to the old adage of, you know, a jack of all trades and a master of none. I'm not going to be unrealistic here and say, well, I only have one thing to focus on in life when I have multiple, just like many of you out there. But I will say that when you do less things, like for example, the 4 or 5 things that I have to focus on or that I'm requiring myself to focus on, each one of those things is able to get that much more of my quality attention. And to me, that's important because with as many interests as I may have, you have to look within yourself and know, okay, this might be interesting, but it's not the thing that I want to master, or it's not the thing I really want to dominate. So what are those 3 or 4 things that you want to really focus on? So what are those things as filmmakers or storytellers or people in the arts that you really would like to focus on? That's my question to you. So let me just go ahead and give you an example of the 5 things that I've chosen to focus on in 2020. In my case, number 5, work. I'm a cameraman at a local TV station. I really do love the storytelling that I get to do as a cameraman. And it really does matter to me to be able to go into work every single day and do something that I love and be the best employee that I can possibly be, because that refines not just the craft that I'm able to provide my company, but also it refines me as a storyteller at work and outside of work. So very blessed there. Number 4, I've got a side project coming up and I'm shaping it up right now, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but here and there, whenever I can, I will do a little this and a little that to basically take care of the things that will get me to that point. Number 3, jumping back on the ball right here with Filmspiration, because I miss talking to you guys. Frankly, it'd been a while since October since I had done a Filmspiration episode. For particular reasons that I'll go into more in the updates. But yeah, Filmspiration is right up there as one of the reasons. Number 2, at the almost tip top of the list, finish my feature film, All We Have. Let me give you a little taste of what it is to be up at 4 a.m. Slamming down a cup of coffee before I jump into editing this past week. 4:58 a.m. Been up for like an hour, and this has been the story of my life. Just want to say hello to you guys from the office at 4:59 a.m. This is The Process. Man, look at that funky hair, Jesus, fugly. Yep, that's me at 4 a.m. It's definitely not pretty, but you know what? That's how it's happening and that's how it's getting done. Thank you to every single person who is basically being super patient on the cast and crew. I will have this out as soon as possible. And the number 1 thing on my list that I'm aiming to focus on in 2020 is to be present in my life. You know, as filmmakers or storytellers or people in the arts, we're always working towards something, and that something usually comes to fruition in the future. Like there's that future premiere date that we're working toward. There's that date when we're gonna have the movie ready and whatnot, but that's usually in the future. But what I'm trying to do is to remember to be present here and now in the present, and that also basically heavily is predicated upon being present with my wife. As many of you know, in 2018, she had a bout of cancer in the fall, and cancerous cells had to be removed from her abdominal area. She's doing great. She's $1 million now. Thank you for every single person who has ever asked about her. But that's why I want to be present, and that's why it's super important for me to be present in my life with her and in our life together. You know, everything from going to the grocery store to taking a trip somewhere. Just basically remembering to live my life with her and be present in our life. I also do understand that a lot of things, a lot of circumstances and life situations will change for all of you out there, which is fine. My 2 cents on that matter is, as long as you employ simplicity and keep it simple, you're also going to really need to know how to employ that simplicity also with the power of no, because a lot of people will come your way and say, hey, do you want to collaborate on this script that I got? Or can you help DP my film? Or hey, can I hire you to edit this thing? There's always going to be something or somebody that will come your way, and not that that's a bad thing. That's actually a compliment to the fact that, you know, people are seeking you out. Again, say thank you all the time, but you decide how to narrow your focus and exactly what you want to focus on. And to retain that focus, again, simplicity and the number of things you want to focus on. So I wanted to give some updates within this video having to do with goals and simplifying your goals. The biggest update, Filmspiration. You might have noticed that on the front end of the video, I started off with welcome to Filmspiration. This is the process. The reason why I rebranded Filmspiration, the process, versus where filmmakers come to get inspired, which is what it used to be, is because I had to do a lot of soul searching between the months of October till basically now the present, which was November, December, and January, to really shape things up and decide, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I really want to go? I really miss doing Filmspiration. I really missed it a lot. And so what I wanted to do was come back, but in a different incarnation. I've never been the guy to do the how-to videos. This is not the place for that, because there are other people who have way more time to do way better videos than I ever could do. And I also thank each and every single person who was on Filmspiration previously in the form of an interview. But honestly, with my 39 years of life, I didn't want to come off like a guru, like I was going to bestow the mysteries of the universe on you and teach, so to speak. It's good for other people. I've never seen myself in that role. So I wanted to start fresh with Filmspiration, the process, because I just wanted to be a human husband who happens to be a filmmaker, who happens to work in the local TV news industry, who happens to do a lot of different things. But the reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to show you guys through, you know, the time that you spend with me together, which I do appreciate. I wanted to show you guys the work that I put into it, and you know, a lot of it is going to be very repetitive because a lot of it is systematic from day to day, but you know, I wanted to basically show you guys the human process of, hey, this is what I do every single day, and this is how I do it and why I do it, and if you could take something away from it, great. And ladies and gentlemen, another big reason why I'm doing this is because not every day for myself personally is a day on the red carpet, is a day on set. There's a lot of day in and day out that's actually super unsexy, but I want you to see all of that. And you know, if I could bring any of that to you, I want you to see all of it, hear all of it from me, and if there's anything that I can put on the table that you can take something away from, cool. So now here's my question to you. What are some of your goals, whether or not you're a filmmaker, or maybe you're the talent in front of the camera, maybe you're in some other realm of the arts? What are some of your goals? Do you keep them simplified, or do you like to have a lot on the table? What are your thoughts on this whole matter? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from each and every single one of you, because hell, if there's something out there that I'm not thinking of and I can take something away from for my own learning purposes, all the better, right? And for all the social links like LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc., go ahead and go to the links below this video. Just remember to run out there, do your thing, tell your stories. If you have a higher power, consult your higher power. And if not, don't ask for anyone's blessing or anyone's permission. Do your thing, tell your stories. I would like to hear from you about them. You guys, my name is writer-director Edgar Ibarra. This has been Filmspiration, The Process. I loves you. Adios.